Hello, I'm so glad you're here today. First, a quick intro before we dive right in. I'm Isa Scribola. I graduated from the University of Michigan with an elementary education degree. Then, right after college, I got married, worked at a private school for a year, and then stayed home to home educate my children. Currently, I have 12 children. The oldest two are in college, and my youngest is 2 years old. So I'm still right in the thick of it, home educating them, and I've learned so much over the years from research, from hands on, seeing what works, what doesn't, and I've learned um, so many great strategies that most people don't know about. And one of those is the one I'm going to talk about right now. So let's dive right in. So, society is becoming more and more visual with TV, computers, phones, and video games to the detriment of our auditory skills. So, what is the one of the most important things you can do for your child academically today? Well, that is to increase your child's auditory sequential processing because it affects so many things. If it is low, your child will struggle with everyday language, comprehension, reading more complex passages, focusing, and will have a low maturity level. So, what is auditory sequential processing? Well, it is the ability to take in parts of information, remember them, and use them in the short term. So, it is basically short term memory. Today, the average adult has a digit span of about 6 to 7. This means that a person would be able to remember and say back a phone number. Contrast this with what our founding fathers most likely had auditory digit spans of anywhere from 10 to 15 digits. So let's go ahead and do a little experiment and find out what your auditory digit span is. Go ahead and get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil, and we'll start. So this is how it will work. I will say a series of numbers, wait until I stop talking, then you're going to write down what you remember. So here we go. 8, 4, 1, 9, 3. The second set of numbers. 7, 2, 5, 8, 1, 9. The third set of numbers. 6, 3, 1, 9, 5, 8, 2. The next set of numbers. 3, 5, 9, 7, 4, 1, 8, 6. And the last set of numbers. 4, 9, 0, 5, 1, 8, 3, 6, 7. I'm going to go ahead and hold up the numbers here so you can check yourself. All right, so as the number of digits increased, you were probably getting nervous and stressed. If you are like most adults, you didn't get everything correct for the 8 and 9 digit spans. The good news is that you can improve this and your child can improve this in just a few minutes a day. So it will probably take at least 3 months and can go up to a year to increase an auditory digit span by 1. It really varies on the person. You won't believe, though, the kinds of changes you'll see in your child just by implementing this quick strategy for a few minutes a day, 5 times a week. What you want to do is pick random digits 1 second apart to say to your child, and then have your child say them back to you. Find out how many digits your child can comfortably remember to see where they are at, and then practice 1 digit up from that. When I started these auditory digit span exercises with my then 5-year-old autistic son, he could only remember 1 auditory digit at the age of 5. This demonstrated itself in a very negative way. He couldn't talk, had emotional outbursts all the time, and just acted like a 1-year-old. After 1 year, his auditory digit span had increased to remembering 4 digits some of the time. There were some dramatic changes as a result. Although he wasn't speaking like an adult, he was speaking in 2 to 3 word sentences when he had barely spoken anything before. He was now more like a 3 to 4-year-old in his behavior. His emotional outbursts decreased in frequency, and he was interacting more with his family. A surprising benefit of increasing auditory digit spans is that it increases the maturity of a child. For example, if you have an 11-year-old who is at a 5 auditory digit span, this child will, especially in times of stress, act more like a 5-year-old with emotional outbursts. Once the auditory digit span gets up to a 6 or 7, which is considered an adult level, the maturity level becomes more adult-like. So I strongly encourage you to try auditory digit spans with your child, and then I'd love to hear what your results are. Until next time, thank you so much for listening. Bye.